Thank you very much. Most of the music that we have is dedicated to all the veterans who have served our country, all American veterans who have served our country. And it's made up composed of different marches, John Phillips marches, and other marches, John King. The next one is entitled the Lexington March. The Lexington March, and it's a tribute to the Blue Ghost on the sea, the carrier that we have located here on the bay. The Lexington March.
It's in there.
You want to use ours?
For accepting my invitation to play for us. I'm very appreciative. Thank you very much. Hello. My name is Jackie Neal. Most of you all know me on board as Jackie West or Doc. I'm honored to have served with you and provided medical care, whether it was performing eye exams, suturing, or teaching the entire crew of the USS Dixon CPR and first aid. I welcome you to our first annual ship reunion of the USS Dixon, which was a submarine tender. And I would like to thank the reunion committee for putting this reunion together. It wasn't just me, for taking my many phone calls, messages, and emails. And I would like you all to stand and be acknowledged as I call your name. I'd like my co-coordinator, Shannon Reed, to please stand. I have talked her ear off for 2 years. And I am really appreciative of your great input and suggestions. Thank you, Shannon. And by the way, Shannon is a United States Army veteran.
Be nice, come on, be nice.
No, that gives me points.
You need a
Hey, she's still down.
Still to the many, many, many decorations in here tonight. You're beautiful. Thank you very much. I also want to thank you for the nostalgic music of the 1970s and 80s we're going to hear later on this evening from our DJ. So if we can all learn how to boogie again, that'd be great. Fidencio Ignacio.
Yes.
Please stand for me. Actually doing a live feed to the USS Dixon group site on Facebook as we speak.
Yeah, check your feed.
Check your feed on Facebook.
And give some leave some messages.
So, and then I would like to have Priscilla to please stand. There you go. For providing us our banner for tonight. That's up there on that wall. Thank you very much. And I also want to give a special thank you to Chris Crawford, another United States Army veteran, who provided some of the things that we're going to have for auction later on, and also a former veteran from the Dixon, Scott Stelzner, for donating his original USS work jacket for auction. Remember those old green ones we used to wear?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes. So, Douglas, can you please stand? I am very appreciative that you said yes when I've asked you to be the keynote speaker tonight. Thank you very much. And I'd like to reflect and reminisce on our toils and shipboard times on our ship for putting together the fantastic videos that you provided yesterday and today. And I think they're wonderful videos. A lot of work went into that. Thank you very much.
Why don't you?
Finally, and I'm not going to my speech yet, we're getting there. Okay. Finally, I would like to thank the Veterans Band again for performing. And I want to thank Graham Forrest and the entire band in whole. Thank you very much for being here tonight. I appreciate it very much. Before you sit down, I would like to present you with a certificate of appreciation from the USS Dixon. I'd like to get on a little bit with what I'd really like to say.
Shannon.
Before I turn the program over to Doug, and before we present colors and do the National Anthem, I would like us all to stand as colors are presented. Please be seated. I'd like to address my former shipmates. How were we prepared for service when we were young? Intense training and drilling helped a lot because every one of us was worried about measuring up, wondering if we were made of the right stuff. When the time came and crises arrived, the newer shipmates on board were too busy doing their job to notice they were learning the lessons that weren't going to be taught any other way. We thought we would be fighting for the flag, but it turned out we were actually fighting for each other. We thought courage was not being afraid, but we found out courage is doing your job well while you're scared to death. Shipboard life turns a group of men and women into a sort of a family where you may not like, even know a guy, but you'll take breathtaking risks in the struggle to keep each other alive. Amidst the chaos and danger of shipboard life, beyond the mission there is a powerful motivation that I think is summed up in 2 words: honor and trust. What does an 18 to 25-year-old sailor know about honor? Quite a bit, I think. He or she may not ever put it into words, but we know honor is doing our job well and defending our brothers and sisters even at the risk of our own life. We know while looking in the mirror whether we've met the challenge, and passing that test becomes what we like most about ourselves. As we get good at our job, at some point we realize that brothers and sisters trust us to deliver, even under crisis. We may never say it, but we are enormously proud of earning that trust, and we would do anything not to lose it. It's almost like we proudly wore an invisible jacket of honor and trust that we had to earn, a high achievement that our family at home would never understand. If you asked us back then if we loved each other, we would have thought you were out of your mind. But when one of us was hurt or died, the cut runs deep, and we did what we have to do, what sailors do. We just crammed our anguish way down deep inside and did our jobs. How crazy is it that many of us secretly wish to be back as sailors resurgent, where honor and trust are the coin of the realm? Our shared history will always draw us together. It draws much more, I think, than remembering the past and swapping lamps or stories. I am thankful I had the chance long ago to bring medical care to the men and women in this room. I am grateful for the brother and sisterhood we've earned, and though I came to it later in life, after ignoring it for 30 years, and now it seems to pull stronger on me with every passing year. I would like to close with an old Irish blessing, as this is St. Patrick's Day, and turn the remaining program over to Douglas. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine warm on your face. May the rains fall soft on your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Douglas?
I really don't need a mic, as most of you know. I'm quite loud
Yeah, we can hear.
and obnoxious.
We were going to go there.
I think I already did earlier. Good evening, distinguished guests, friends, family, shipmates. Thank you all for coming here to the first ever USS Dixon AS-37 reunion. Thank you, Fred, Shannon, Jill, and especially you, Jackie, for putting this all together. At the last minute, something came up, and my cousin, my shipmate, and fellow chief, Bill Barnett, was not able to come. I was so looking forward to seeing him. Finally, thank you, Susan, my son Ryan. Ryan got underway on the Dixon even before he was born. We had a day cruise, and Susan came on board, and, well, Ryan was there. He's also a Navy vet. His fiancée, Erica, she is currently active duty Navy, stationed in San Antonio. What a great showing tonight. And thank you for asking me to be the keynote speaker. I am humbled. Wow, wasn't visiting the USS Lexington great?
Oh, yeah.
I think it brought back just a few memories. How y'all doing? How are your feet, backs, legs, knees? Yeah, right. I probably spent the least amount of time on board the Dixon of any of you here. I checked on board the day after Thanksgiving, 1988, and I checked off in 1991, January. I got accepted to the Enlisted Educational Advancement Program. Thanks, Captain, later Admiral Beers. I went to Southwestern College for 2 years on the Navy. It was a good deal. I liked it. But looking back, it would have been nice to stay on the ship and do the cruise with you all, too. The time I spent on board the Dixon was invaluable to my 23-year career. I was ship's company, engineering department, electrical division, interior communications shop. Because of the equipment on board, I was able to spend much of my time down in the engine room and main control, which allowed me to fine-tune my understanding of steam propulsion systems. Thanks, Senior Chief Conkle. You are one of many whom I learned from. By the way, Paul and I both served on the USS Tarawa later on in our careers, just not at the same time. I later went on to commands such as Fleet Technical Sports Center Pacific. I was the officer in charge down at Naval Media Center Detachment in Puerto Rico, Navy Experimental Dive Unit. I ended my career as the chief engineer of a float division, Naval Media Center headquarters, managing the site systems worldwide. I retired from the Navy after 23 years, and I currently serve as a telecommunications manager for the Department of Housing and Urban Development. The Dixon was my second ship, the first being the USS Ramsey, had an all-male crew. Enough about me. We can all spend tonight catching up, telling sea stories and other lies. When I checked aboard the Dixon, she had a 60-40 crew, and that was also instrumental to my career, as I learned very easily, I might add, that a sailor was a sailor. No matter that they slept in male or female berthing. The same as males, females came in all different forms. Hard chargers, dependable, troublemakers, etc., etc. In November of 1978, 2 female officers, ensigns Roberta McIntyre and Makushla McCormick, boarded the Dixon. They were part of the first group of female officers to serve aboard U.S. Navy ships. Ensign McIntyre later became the first woman to qualify as surface warfare officer in the fleet. The crew when I was aboard the Dixon was top-notch. We could always depend on each other. And under Captain, later Admiral Beers' leadership, we really were ready to serve. Specifications of the ship. She was awarded on April 20th, 1966. The keel was laid September 7th, 1967. Launched June 20th, 1970. Commissioned August 7th, 1971. Decommissioned December 15th, 1995. She was struck from the Naval Register 18 March 1996. Laid up at the Naval Inactive Ship Maintenance Facility, Portsmouth, Virginia. The builder was General Dynamics, Quincy Shipbuilding Division, Quincy, Massachusetts. The propulsion system, 2 boilers, steam turbines, 1 shaft. She was 643 feet long. She had a beam of 85 feet, had a draft of 29 feet. The displacement was approximately 23,300 tons. Try explaining that to your civilian counterparts. They just don't understand it. She could go 20 knots. She had a crew of 87 officers, 1,235 enlisted. She had 12 commanding officers during her career. Captain D.S. Boyd, Admiral R.M. Cowderer, Captain J.P. Keene, Captain D.G. Harshade, Captain R.L. Wolf, Captain N.A. Huberger, Captain T.H. Bond, Captain R.N. Lee, Admiral C.J. Beers, Captain R.A. McMurray, Captain D.W. Crisp, and Captain D.W. Hurdy. During her time, she earned 4 Navy meritorious unit commendations, 3 Navy Battle E ribbons, a Navy Expeditionary Medal, 2 National Defense Service Medals, a Southwest Asia Service Medal, a Sea Service Deployment Ribbon, and a Kuwait Liberation Medal. A bittersweet ending came to her on 21 July 2003. She was sunk in the Atlantic as a target for an exercise. Final resting place, 31 degrees north, 73 degrees west, at a depth of 2,805 fathoms. A note about that exercise, the rebuilt USS Cole was one of the ships that carried out those final blows to her. If you would all now please stand, face the table over near the front with a glass in your hand. Water, wine, whiskey, I don't care. This is for shipmates, gone but not forgotten. As you entered the dining area,